Topic: 10 devastating losses in MMA, UFC. The octagon is where legends are made and sometimes broken in unforgettable ways. Today, we count down the 10 most devastating losses in UFC history. From shocking knockouts to crushing upsets, these moments reshaped careers and shook the MMA world. Prepare for heartbreak, drama, and the harsh reality of what it means to lose in the fight game. Number 10. Leon Edwards knocks out Kamaru Usman, the end of a dominant reign. Leon Edwards' knockout of Kamaru Usman at UFC 278 marked a seismic shift in the welterweight division. Usman had been a dominant champion, known for his relentless pressure, wrestling, and tactical mastery. Edwards, however, executed a perfectly timed head kick in the 5th round, delivering a stunning finish that ended Usman's long reign. This victory was not only a testament to Edwards' striking evolution, but also a reminder of MMA's unpredictability. The fight showcased Edwards' patience and precision as he weathered Usman's aggression before capitalizing on a critical moment. This knockout instantly elevated Edwards to the top of the division, rewriting the narrative of welterweight supremacy and proving that even the most dominant champions can be dethroned in spectacular fashion. Number 9. Daniel Cormier's heartbreaking loss to Jon Jones at UFC 214. Daniel Cormier's loss to Jon Jones at UFC 214 was one of the most emotional and controversial moments in UFC history. The rivalry between these two light heavyweights was intense, with Cormier having previously defeated Jones in a non-title bout. At UFC 214, Jones reclaimed his title with a 3rd-round knockout, ending Cormier's reign. The fight was highly competitive, with both fighters showcasing elite skills, but Jones's power and timing proved decisive. The aftermath added to the heartbreak when Jones tested positive for a banned substance, leading to the result being overturned. This loss deeply affected Cormier's legacy and was a painful reminder of the fine line between victory and defeat at the highest level of MMA competition. Number 8. Tony Ferguson's career-altering defeat to Justin Gaethje at UFC 249. Tony Ferguson's defeat to Justin Gaethje at UFC 249 was a turning point in his career. Known for his unorthodox style, relentless pace, and durability, Ferguson had been a top lightweight contender for years. Gaethje's aggressive striking and punishing leg kicks dismantled Ferguson's game plan, leading to a 2nd-round TKO. This loss ended Ferguson's long winning streak and exposed vulnerabilities in his approach. The fight also shifted the lightweight division's hierarchy, as Gaethje's victory propelled him into title contention. Ferguson's defeat highlighted how even the most dynamic fighters can be overwhelmed by pressure and precision, marking a significant moment that altered his career trajectory and the division's landscape. Number 7. Anderson Silva's emotional farewell loss to Uriah Hall. Anderson Silva's loss to Uriah Hall was a deeply emotional moment, symbolizing the closing chapter of one of MMA's greatest careers. Silva, once the undisputed middleweight champion and a pioneer in the sport, faced Hall in a fight that felt like a passing of the torch. Hall's knockout victory was swift and decisive, ending Silva's hopes for a triumphant farewell. The bout showcased Hall's striking prowess and Silva's vulnerability in the later stages of his career. This fight highlighted the inevitable cycle of rise and decline in MMA, where even legends must confront the limits of their physical prime. Silva's farewell loss resonated with fans worldwide, marking the end of an era. Number 6. Mike Grundy's tragic loss to Makwan Amirkhani at UFC London. Mike Grundy's loss to Makwan Amirkhani at UFC London was a tough setback on home turf. Grundy, known for his wrestling background and tenacity, faced Amirkhani's dynamic striking and submission skills. The fight ended in the 1st round with Amirkhani securing a swift finish, leaving Grundy and his supporters devastated. This loss was particularly difficult as it occurred in front of a supportive local crowd, amplifying the emotional impact. It underscored the harsh realities of MMA, where preparation and execution must align perfectly. Grundy's defeat served as a reminder of the sport's unforgiving nature and the challenges fighters face when competing at the highest level, especially under the pressure of performing at home. Number 5. Joseph Benavidez's final title, heartbreak against Deiveson Figueiredo. Joseph Benavidez's final title fight against Deiveson Figueiredo was a deeply emotional and intense battle that ended in crushing disappointment. Benavidez, known for his technical mastery and relentless determination, had been chasing UFC gold for years, often coming agonizingly close. In this matchup, his precise striking and grappling skills were on full display as he matched Figueiredo's aggression round after round. However, Figueiredo's unyielding pressure and powerful striking eventually overwhelmed Benavidez, leading to a late stoppage that dashed his championship dreams. This loss was particularly heartbreaking because it marked the last opportunity for Benavidez to claim the title he had long sought. The fight highlighted the unforgiving nature of championship bouts, where even the smallest lapse can change everything. Benavidez's courage and resilience throughout his career remain an inspiration, but this defeat underscored how fleeting success can be at the sport's highest level. Number 04. TJ Dillashaw's first-round loss to Henry Cejudo and subsequent EPO scandal. TJ Dillashaw's first-round defeat to Henry Cejudo was a shocking upset that dramatically altered the trajectory of his career. Dillashaw, celebrated for his speed, footwork, and technical striking, entered the fight as the favourite to retain his bantamweight title. However, Cejudo's relentless wrestling and striking precision dismantled Dillashaw's game plan, culminating in a swift TKO. The defeat was compounded when Dillashaw later admitted to using synthetic EPO, a banned performance-enhancing drug, to assist with his extreme weight cut. This admission led to a 2-year suspension and forced Dillashaw to relinquish his title, severely damaging his reputation. The scandal brought to light the immense physical and psychological pressures fighters endure to maintain elite performance and make weight. Dillashaw's fall from grace remains one of the most talked about and cautionary episodes in recent UFC history, raising important questions about the sport's integrity and the lengths athletes might go to compete. Number 3. Ronda Rousey's stunning knockout loss to Holly Holm. Ronda Rousey's knockout loss to Holly Holm at UFC 193 was a watershed moment that reverberated throughout the MMA world. Rousey, who had dominated the women's bantamweight division with her aggressive judo-based grappling and submission skills, was widely regarded as nearly invincible. However, Holm's superior striking, footwork, and tactical game plan completely neutralized Rousey's offense. Holm's perfectly timed head kick in the second round delivered a devastating knockout, abruptly ending Rousey's reign as champion. This stunning upset not only shocked fans and analysts, but also demonstrated the critical importance of well-rounded skills and strategic preparation in MMA. Holm's victory elevated her status instantly and reshaped the women's division, proving that dominance can be challenged and overturned. Rousey's defeat remains one of the most unforgettable moments in UFC history, symbolizing how quickly the tides can turn in combat sports. Number 2. Conor McGregor's humbling submission defeat to Nate Diaz. Conor McGregor's submission loss to Nate Diaz at UFC 196 was a humbling and pivotal moment in the Irish fighter's career. McGregor, who had been on a meteoric rise with his striking and charismatic persona, entered the fight as a heavy favourite. However, Diaz's relentless pressure, cardio, and superior Brazilian jiu-jitsu skills proved decisive. Diaz capitalized on McGregor's mistakes and secured a rear-naked choke submission in the second round, handing McGregor his first UFC defeat. This loss exposed significant gaps in McGregor's ground game and forced him to rethink his approach to training and fighting. The defeat intensified their rivalry, leading to a highly anticipated rematch that captivated fans worldwide. McGregor's setback served as a reminder that even the most celebrated fighters must adapt and evolve to maintain success in the ever-changing landscape of MMA. Number 01. Donald Cerrone's record-setting knockout losses and the toll of longevity. Donald Cerrone's MMA career is legendary for its sheer volume and fearless approach, but it also illustrates the heavy toll that longevity can take on a fighter's body and performance. Known as Cowboy, Cerrone set records for the most wins and fights in UFC history, consistently accepting bouts on short notice and facing top competition. However, this relentless activity came with consequences. Cerrone suffered multiple brutal knockout losses over time, reflecting the cumulative damage from years of high-level competition. These defeats highlighted the risks associated with prolonged exposure to strikes and the physical wear that accumulates in a demanding sport like MMA. Cerrone's journey is a testament to his warrior spirit and dedication, but it also serves as a cautionary tale about balancing career ambition with long-term health and well-being in combat sports. These losses remind us that even the greatest fighters face moments of defeat. They shape the sport and inspire comebacks. Which of these moments shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more MMA content. Thanks for watching.